Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to Facebook Live here on the Oneida Nation Reservation in Wisconsin. I'm Bobbi Webster. I'm the PR director for the Oneida Nation, and today is Tuesday, September 16th. We're halfway through the month of September already, and it's supposed to be a real hot week, but I have a feeling the cold weather is just around the corner. So today we have with us, our guest is Hudson Denny, and he's a supervisor at the Oneida Fitness Center. And I've heard a lot of things about Hudson, and everybody seems to walk away from there with sore legs when they had leg workout day. And I keep hearing about how hard he is of a trainer and things like that. So I'll dismiss all those rumors and I'll let you tell us firsthand.
Okay, good afternoon. As Bobbi said, my name is Hudson Denny. Trainer for a number of years at the fitness center, one or two, kind of forget after a certain point how long. Everything she said is true. Classes are difficult. I like to push people, but like the rest of our trainers, we always meet everybody where they're at. That said, I'm here just to give a couple updates and some information as regards to the fitness center. Starting with our hours, we are open currently 6 to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 6 to 6 p.m. Friday, and then beginning October 4th, we'll be open on Saturday, 7 a.m. to noon. Our membership is free. I would like to emphasize that. Free membership, so if I don't see you, that's on you. You need to show up. If you're not familiar with who I am, you're not utilizing free service that our nation provides. That means that it's free for tribal members, tribal employees, family members, and then we are also available for other tribal affiliations for a minimal fee, and by minimal, maybe $100 for the entire year. So free service that people need to take advantage of, should take advantage of. Some of the things that we provide that are inclusive with your membership are group exercise, fitness assessments, kind of give you a gauge of where you're at, starting point, so to speak. Equipment orientation, so you're familiar and comfortable with using all the equipment. We have ongoing incentives throughout the year, and you just, as a whole, have access to the entire facility. Our membership is available for ages 13 and up. After COVID, there were just a number of things that we kind of consolidated and focused on, one of which being just focusing on our tribal members and employees, so we aren't open to the general public. And then in addition to that, we kind of just focused on more of that middle school age and up now. In addition, we do have a martial arts program. I'm sure everyone is familiar. We have Kevin Schennebeck, Master Schennebeck, has been with us for, I don't know, feels like 100 years now. But he was teaching back when the fitness center was at Norbert Hill. So we're very fortunate to have him on staff. He teaches 4 different disciplines: Eskrima, Jiu-Jitsu, Tai Chi, and Taekwondo. Works with all age levels. And again, minimal fee for those. Again, when I say minimal, 6-month membership is $60. So well worth it. In addition, we offer adventure programming. Anybody's familiar, they do a number of programming services. Mark Steinbeck runs that show along with Sue Majeski, kind of a 1-2 punch there, but they do everything from kayaking, various communication team buildings with our various departments within the tribe, a lot of hiking, camping, archery, things along those lines. For the most part, that is a free service, but if there's like an overnight deal or something, they might charge a nominal fee. That said, a couple of things that we offer as well is we do have a towel service. So if you get your showers and you forget your towels, 25, 50 cents, something minimal. We do offer a massage chair room, $5 for a 30-minute session. And we will be offering smoothie bar shakes coming up here within the next month. We just got actually clearance to do all that. We dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. So that should be opening very soon. We do have, as I said, incentives going on. We try to do those quarterly. So we'll have one coming up called The Better will be for the first place winners. And that will begin beginning in October, run for 6 weeks. So look for that. Bobbi and her staff do a good job of posting that throughout the communications in-house and then also on Facebook and the Gully. So outside of that, I don't have a ton of other updates. Just keep in mind our facility, we have kind of, in comparison to any other gym, really everything you need. We have free weights, we have machine weights, we have dumbbells, kettlebells, every piece of cardio equipment that you want. We have large workout areas for you. And probably the thing that's, most beneficial than probably going anywhere else is you're familiar with everybody that comes in. It's kind of like our community gym, or community space. So, there's always that, that safe space, so to speak. Even if you're not a big fitness person, we have a staff of, including myself, 5 trainers, all certified, who are all here to help you for any of your workout goals, exercise goals. And as I was talking with Bobbi beforehand, we're willing to meet you where you're at and can push you as far as you need to go. So outside of that, I don't have really think anything else. I mean,
I have
there's
some
some
questions.
Yep, always questions.
All
Always
right.
questions.
All right. One of the things that on our segment Oneida Live, they watch from all over the country.
Okay.
So we have people in Texas and New Mexico and all over, and sometimes they come home and they visit.
Sure.
So if I'm in Oneida and let's say I live in Albuquerque and I'm visiting here, my family, can I get a guest pass?
We don't do guest passes, but as I say, if you are a tribal member, it's five minutes to fill a membership. You just need your tribal.
So I can register
ID.
as a tribal member whether I live here or not.
Or if you know that you're going to be coming in advance for a certain date, you can go online, our Facebook page, and you can submit your application over the internet as well. So kind of cut down on the process that way.
Okay, and the tribe is so broad. We are such a large operation here. And do you or does the Oneida Family Fitness, do you work collaboratively with the, like say maybe comprehensive health to address like the diabetes programs, heart programs,
Sure.
Things like that? What programs
we do.
you have?
We have a diabetic program that I'm sure most people are familiar with. Triad, taking responsibility and addressing diabetes, that we work with hand in hand with the health center. We have one trainer that is exclusively works with that area, and then we also work with health promotions who give us referrals, through their department that we have that those members can come and go with any of our trainers. So we like to work hand in hand with any department. I know we've, in years past, done outreach programs, and if anybody would like, hey, our staff would like to do a little bit of yoga or some light stretching, they usually typically will reach out to us, and we have no issue helping.
So your facility is more friendly to indoor activities like maybe basketball, pickleball, handball, things like that. Do you do any outreach programs with, we've got a lot of youth that are involved in baseball, lacrosse, and golf. Do you do anything to outreach in that?
At this time, we don't. In years past, we did quite a bit with early Head Start. I know that we used to do a 3, 4, 5-year-old, sort of thing. We have in the past, short answer, we have. Currently, we don't. We've kind of handed that off more to recreation. They're probably better suited to work with our youth as opposed to
large
us.
groups.
Yep. But to say that though, we're not opposed to helping out. Our viewpoint staff-wide is to try to help the community as best we can. So we're always willing to work with each and everybody.
Okay, I often see or hear somebody talking about spin. And they say, are you going to spin today? Yeah, I'm going to spin. No, tell me, what is spin?
Spin is an indoor class where essentially you're riding in place in the dark with loud music. That's pretty much the extent of it. The reason that, as long as I've been at the fitness center, which is 18 plus years now, that's easily been the most popular class that I've ever instructed or any of the other staff has instructed. And I think the primary reason is because anybody can do it. It doesn't matter what level you're on. You can be a seasoned, very intense working out type person, or you can be someone that's just starting out. Because it's good, and then the age doesn't matter either. It's good for your joints as opposed to like running.
Is it cardio?
It's all cardio, good for your heart, good for your lungs. And the thing is that we dim the light, so I understand a lot of people are self-conscious about coming to a gym. That takes that and erases that out the window. So it's a good cardio workout. It's not for everybody, but I encourage everyone to give it a try. We can accommodate up to 30 people. We have 30 bikes. Typically, there's never really an issue as far as somebody finding a spot. And as I said, I am always willing to work one-on-one training-wise with anybody to show them how to use the equipment. So, yeah, it seems to be pretty popular still, even after all these years.
All right. I have one more question.
Yep.
When is the most popular time? I mean, when do you get like everybody's in there at once? It's probably not too good to come now. And when is the most open time? When's, I don't want to go in there with a crowd.
Yep. Easily lunch hour. It always has been. Lunch hour is always the busiest. That 11:30 to 1:15, 1:30 range. We got people from Norbert Hill, Little Bear, Shenandoah, Gaming. That they only got an hour. So you think about 15 minutes travel time there and back, 30-minute workout, in, out, gotta go. That's always going to be the busiest time. And our facility, it's compartments, and so it's not as though it's this big open gym area. So people are always kind of maneuvering through. So you'll find the traffic heaviest there, or right after work, that 4 to 5 range. So if you're looking to get a workout and you don't want to be around people, which I 100% understand, best times is probably going to be that 2 to 3:30 range or early morning hours. There's usually pretty good gaps, and you'll find that any gym that you go to, there's always going to be, you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
people are coming in before work, during the lunch hour, or right after work.
Okay.
Anytime after that is usually a pretty free game.
Well, I believe there was, and is still on the books, a resolution for the employees that recognize 30 minutes of activity time.
Yep.
So if you're close enough, and maybe it's a 5-minute drive, or even if you get over there and get in 15 minutes,
Yep.
I mean, that goes towards your employee hours.
Absolutely. We find a lot of members take advantage of that. We encourage that very much. One thing that I do mention while you're talking about is, as we're talking about the fitness center, I definitely want our community, our employees to utilize the facility as much as we can. But that's not to say that I discourage you from going to a different gym. My point of emphasis is always movement and trying to lead a healthy lifestyle. So if that means you come to the fitness center a few times a month and are still going somewhere else just because of the hours or the convenience or whatever it may be, I think that's fantastic. I'm not like, hey, you're either at the fitness center or not at all. It's not, I don't view it that way by any means. Just trying to promote healthy lifestyle, and so that once we're moving like you, Bob. Want to be able to be your stage and still be able to golf, still be able to
That's what I do.
hang out with family. You want to limit the restrictions as we age and prolong your functionality and your movement as long as you can. So
I'm grateful my knees still work.
Exactly. Yep.
I think I could still beat a couple of my nephews out there.
Oh, I know you can. I know exactly the nephews you're talking about too.
All right. Well, thank you, Hudson, for coming in. I just have a few announcements I want to share with you. And Sunday, the Oneida General Tribal Council had a meeting at the Oneida Hotel, and there were over 1,900 enrolled adult Oneidas that were there. And the issue was to address a vacancy of the vice chairman on our council. So after about 2 hours, the General Tribal Council did take action to leave the position vacant until the general election in 2026. And that's a time when all business committee terms expire. By business committee resolution, our treasurer, Larry Barton, has accepted the responsibilities to assist Chairman DeHassy Hill in the remainder of this term with some of those duties that might be up for somebody to take care of in the absence of a vice chairman. The next scheduled General Tribal Council is tentatively set for Monday, December 8th at 6 p.m., and that's to address the annual budget. You will get a packet in the mail, or it will be available online if you're interested in seeing that, probably closer to the time, maybe later November, when the budget is ready and finalized for approval by the General Tribal Council. Also, just wanted to let you know that there's work that is beginning on 3 parking lots in the Oneida Nation. One is the Norbert Hill Center parking lot. The other is Shenandoah and the Community Education Center. They're all slated for restructuring the parking lot so that they're bump holes, the potholes and all that, and relined and in better shape and condition coming up. So that should be done by the end of October, and it's starting this week. Also, we're getting a lot of inquiries about the Oneida Apple Orchard. They will not be offering pick your own this year to the public. However, they do have apples available for sale in the store, along with orchard fresh eggs, beef and bison, apple butter, apple sauce, jars of jams and honey, tea, some maple products, apple cider, and more. So check it out. It's open Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 3 p.m. at this time. If those hours change or the conditions change, we'll let you know. We also wanted to let you know that Saturday, the Three Sisters Powwow is going to be held at the Oneida Hotel. And there is a grand entry at 1 and at 7 p.m. The public is welcome and admission is free. And that's located across from the airport at 2040 Airport Drive. So that's about it for today. Just wanted to advise you of some of those things that are available and some of the events, as well as reminder, as always, farmers markets on Thursday. I believe they might have 1 or 2 weeks left, and that starts at noon on Thursday, and it's in Uphill, Oneida. So stop in and see all your local crafts and vendors and all the produce that's on sale there. So is there anything we forgot?
No, I think you hit it all.
Hit it all? All right. Well, thanks, Hudson. And we'll see you Thursday, and we'll have guests from Oneida Transit on Thursday. Yawʌkó and Nungiwa.